Stop overcomplicating smart money concepts. It all comes down to one thing: finding the liquidity. Liquidity analysis is the essential element of profitable trading SMC. In this video, I will show you how to use a volume indicator to identify liquidity and hidden zones that move the markets. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and learn a smart way to find where supply and demand really concentrate. First, let's discuss in brief what exactly we mean by the market liquidity. Analyzing any Forex pair, you should always remember that the orders of the market participants are not equally distributed among all the price levels. While some levels and the zones will lag the interest of the market participants, some will attract huge trading volumes. We will call such zones liquidity zones. To find these zones, you can use volume analysis. By using volume indicator, we will look for volume spikes. It will indicate a strong buying or selling activity. For example, we see a volume spike here. The elevated volume level confirms that there was a strong institutional participation in the formation of that candle. But you can see that this particular candle is too big. So how do we know where exactly the market liquidity concentrates? We will need another indicator to identify the exact liquidity zones: a volume profile. Think of a chart as a battlefield. Volume profile will show you where exactly the major fighting between buyers and sellers is really taking place. It reveals the price levels where the most orders have been executed. While a classic volume indicator shows when a volume occurred, volume profile lights up specific price levels where the highest trading activity concentrated. So in order to identify our liquidity zone, first we underline a candle of a volume spike with a vertical line, and then we check a volume profile to see the exact levels of a volume spike. In our case, we can see that we have a volume spike right here. That will be our first liquidity zone. And by the way, let's change the color of that and let's make it gold. Learn smart money concepts, basics, and advanced SMC trading strategy with my book. Look inside the book on my website. The link in the description below. The book is also available on Amazon. In order to find more significant liquidity zones, we will need to continue analyzing volume spikes. And by the way, you can add moving average to your volume indicator. It will help you to identify volume spikes easier. So let me show you all the significant volume spikes that I see. I see a volume spike right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, and right here. Based on all these volume spikes, we will look for liquidity zones. Let's take our second volume spike right here. You can see that we have a huge bearish candle right here. And of course, default volume indicator does not show us where the liquidity zone lies. But volume profile helps. You can see that we have a significant volume spike right here. So our liquidity zone will be that area. Let's take our third volume spike. You can see that here we got our third volume spike, and here is a bullish candle. With the formation of this bullish candle, we got this volume spike. Analyzing a volume profile, we can see that a volume spike of a volume profile matches perfectly with the previous liquidity zone that we found. So a formation of this bullish candle was caused by the same liquidity zone. Our next volume spike is right here, and here is a bullish candle of this volume spike. Using a volume profile, here is our next significant liquidity zone. The next one is right here. Yes, and here is a bearish candle where we see a volume spike. And again, you can see that this bearish candle perfectly matches with the liquidity zone and a volume profile spike of our previous volume spike. So again, the formation of both candles was caused by the same liquidity zone. Then we have another volume spike right here. And again, you can see that here is the range in the body of this bullish candle, and it matches with volume profile spike right here. So we have the same liquidity zone again. And we have our last volume spike here. Here is our bullish candle, and again, it is part of the same liquidity zone that we spotted earlier. So using this simple method, we spotted 3 significant liquidity zones. We will assume that huge volumes of market orders will concentrate within the zones, and we will use the zones for trading and searching for profitable trading opportunities. Let's study one more example. Let's look for significant liquidity zones with volume analysis on a pound-dollar pair. First thing that we do, we look for volume spikes. You can see how easily I spot this volume spikes relying on moving average on my volume indicator. Then I analyze each volume spike and compare that with volume profile. So here's our first liquidity zone. Our second volume spike gives us the same liquidity zone because you can see that these 2 candles perfectly match. Our third volume spike is right here, and analyzing this candlestick, we can easily spot our next significant liquidity zone. Here it goes. Then we have a volume spike right here when the market was approaching the highs. We got a significant volume spike, and analyzing a volume profile, here will be our next liquidity zone. Then we have another volume spike right here. Let's analyze this candle, and we can see that right here we have again the same liquidity zone that caused the formation of this bullish candle. Then the next one is right here, this spike, and again we have the same liquidity zone right here that caused the formation of this strong high momentum bearish candle. We have a volume spike here, and you can see that here is our candlestick, and we have the same liquidity zone that caused the formation of this bullish candle. And our last volume spike is right here, and you can see that we have a high momentum bullish candle right here, and analyzing a volume profile, the strongest volume spike that we have is here. So here's our liquidity zone. Our volume analysis helped us to identify 3 significant liquidity zones. You can see how easily we can find them using these 2 simple indicators. A combination of volume and volume profile indicators is very powerful for a search of liquidity zones. A technique that I showed you will help you to find the major ones. Let me know this in the comment section if you have any questions. Learn smart money concepts with my book. For more info, check the link in the description below. The book is also available on Amazon. Also, traders, please watch my other videos.